should you close the probate formally or informally? Hi, I'm Claire Langton-Yanowitz at the Yanowitz Law Firm, where we've been helping families with probate for the last 30 years. Okay, let's get started. So, you have opened up probate. You filed the initial petition with the court. You had the hearing. You were appointed to act as the personal representative. And then you've gone and collected all the assets. You have paid creditors. There's a 4-month period after the first newspaper publication was made about the probate. You have to wait 4 months after that before you can commence closing probate. And so at that point, there's 2 different ways you can close. One is called formal. The second is called informal. You have to close formally if you opened up the probate formal supervised, okay? You don't have an option on which way you close. But any other way that you opened up probate, if you opened up informally or if you opened up formal unsupervised, you can pick how you want to close. And I'm going to talk to you about the differences between closing formally versus informally. So if you close formally, you have to file the inventory with the court. So the inventory is a list of what the decedent owned at death. And so that gets filed with the court along with the beneficiaries. And then you also have to file what's called the final account with the court. And the final account is basically a document which accounts for all the different expenses of the estate. It also accounts for maybe any increases in property or any income payments that were made during the estate. Maybe there's some rental property and rental payment was made or a dividend was issued. Those can all be things that increase the estate. We'll talk about expenses like how much was the trustee paid, what were the court fees, that sort of thing. So what were the tax obligations? So it kind of itemizes all of that. And that is distributed both to the beneficiaries and to the court. When you close informally, the inventory and final account should be distributed to the beneficiaries, but they don't have to be filed with the court, okay? So when you close formally, then what you have to do is you have to fill out a petition, and we help our clients with this. You fill out a petition to get the final account approved, okay? And sometimes when we file this petition, then the court will set a hearing for the final account. Sometimes if you get all the beneficiaries to sign consents to the final account, the court will waive this second hearing, but it is kind of at their discretion. If you are having a probate that is formal supervised, then it has even a heightened level of kind of control by the court. You have to get permission before selling any property. You can get a court order on who gets what in the estate. So those are kind of extra steps that could happen if you're formal supervised. Now, when you're closing formally, something else that you need to do is when you distribute out the property, you should get receipts. You know, the beneficiaries are saying, yes, you gave me X property. I'm signing off that you gave it to me. And that can be filed with the court, proving that you distributed out that property. If you are closing informally, it can be a good idea to get those receipts, but it isn't required that you file them with the court. Now, when you're closing formally, there's a third petition you have to prepare, and that is the petition to discharge the personal representative. And so you file this with the court basically saying, look, I've paid all the expenses, I've collected all the property, I've distributed it all to the rightful beneficiaries, I've filed all the income tax returns, and I've basically done my full job. Court, please discharge me of my duty to act. And so you file this petition saying all of that, and then Oftentimes, the court won't require a third hearing, although they can. They'll just sign the order having you discharged. So closing formally, kind of to summarize, is a lot of extra steps. You have to file the inventory final account with the court. You have to file a petition to approve the final account. You have to file a petition to discharge the personal representative. So there's all these extra steps which can increase legal fees. But the benefit of it is that it can act as protection for you as personal representative in case someone were to come back after the fact and say, this wasn't handled correctly. It offers a lot more protection for the personal representative because the court is overseeing what you're doing, making sure that it's correct, giving you its blessing. Whereas with informal, you simply just sign a statement saying that you've done all the different things that you're supposed to do as personal representative, and that you're going to be closing probate, and the court doesn't review any of it. So a lot less steps, cheaper from a legal point of view, but not doesn't provide protection from you in the event something were to kind of arise after the fact that isn't so pretty. So thank you so much for listening today. And if you want to learn more about probate, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can be given notice next time we add more videos to our channel. Thank you.